When people talk about Afrobeats culture in Canada, they usually mention the music, the DJs, the parties, and the fashion. But there's something else that's just as powerful, something that ties it all together. Food. Because if you've ever been to an Afrobeats event, whether it's a brunch, a day party, or a concert after party, you already know. The music might bring people in, but the food keeps them together. Food is where culture lives. It's the taste of home for Africans in Canada. It's the bridge that connects those who grew up in Lagos or Accra with those who were born right here in Toronto, Brampton, or Mississauga. It's that plate of jollof rice that hits differently when Last comes on. That suya skewer in one hand while you're vibing with friends. It's the little things, but those little things are everything. The role of food in Afrobeats culture is deeper than most people realize. When you walk into an event and smell fried plantain or puff before you even hear the DJ spin, it sets the tone. It tells you that this isn't just a party, it's a cultural experience. An event that feeds both the stomach and the soul. And in Canada, that means even more. Because for the African diaspora here, far from home, food is identity. It's how people stay connected to their roots. And when that food becomes part of Afrobeats events, it reminds everyone of where this sound and energy come from. Think about it. The biggest Afrobeats brunches, day parties, and summer festivals in Toronto all include food as a major part of the vibe. You'll find food stalls serving jollof, grilled tilapia, goat meat, and small chops right next to the DJ booth. And people line up not just to eat, but to feel. It's nostalgia on a plate. It's also connection. You might meet someone while waiting for puff and end up making a new friend or even a business link. Because that's what happens when food and music mix. It creates a space where people let their guard down. You're relaxed, you're happy, you're open. That's the real power of Afrobeats culture. It doesn't just entertain, it brings people closer. Food also tells the story of how Afrobeats evolved in Canada. At first, early events were just about music, small parties, limited resources. But as the scene grew, organizers realized the importance of authenticity. They started including African dishes to complete the experience, because you can't celebrate African music without celebrating African food. Promoters began partnering with African-owned restaurants. Caterers started branding themselves as Afro event specialists. And now, some of these businesses thrive purely because of the event scene. It's a whole ecosystem. DJs bring the crowd, and food vendors bring the comfort. It's beautiful to see how food has also become a creative outlet. You've got chefs mixing African flavors with Western styles, jollof sliders, suya tacos, plantain fries. Just like how Afrobeats itself blends traditional rhythms with global sounds, the food scene is doing the same thing on the plate. Fusion, but still proudly African. And it's not just for Africans anymore. Caribbeans, Latinos, and Canadians are now discovering African dishes through these events. They come for the music, they stay for the food. And suddenly, it's not just African food, it's part of Toronto culture. Part of what makes the city so diverse and flavorful. The rise of food in Afrobeats culture has also helped businesses thrive. You see local vendors like Mama's Kitchen, Suya Spot, and Jollof Joint getting booked for major events, building partnerships with DJs and promoters. Everyone wins, the culture grows, the community profits, and the experience becomes unforgettable. But beyond business, it's emotional. For many, it's that first bite of jollof rice that makes them feel like home isn't so far away. It's comfort, memory, pride, all mixed in one dish. That's why even the biggest concerts and festivals always make space for food stalls. Because the music might hype you up, but the food grounds you. Food is the heartbeat that runs underneath the sound. It's the flavor that keeps the community alive, the tradition that travels with every generation. Even cold Canadian winters, an Afrobeats night with pepper soup and high-life beats can make you feel like you're back in Lagos. At the end of the day, Afrobeats is more than music, it's lifestyle. And food is one of its strongest expressions. You can't talk about one without the other. The way DJs mix sounds is the same way chefs mix spices, Both are crafting experiences. Both bring people joy. So next time you go to an Afrobeats event in Toronto or anywhere in Canada, take a moment. Smell the jollof. Taste the suya. Feel the vibe. Because what you're experiencing isn't just a party, it's a cultural bridge. It's Africa served hot, right here in Canada. And that's the beauty of it. The music feeds your soul. The food feeds your heart. Together, they remind you that no matter how far from home you are, the culture always finds a way to follow. So go ahead, dance, eat, and celebrate. Because in the world of Afrobeats, food isn't just part of the culture. It is the culture.